projects weren't quite shovel-ready. Gene Simmons is with us. What's the reaction to that, sir?
Good morning. This is the man that I voted into political office, and I have said it once before, and I'll say it not for effect, but for, pragmatic reasons. I want my vote back. This is a good man who I believe ideally has the right sort of nuances for the public performance and so on, but I don't think the man is qualified to understand the structure and what business needs, which is to be well informed. If you're going to step in front of people and gain the confidence of the business community, at the very least you should do is to get talking points and cut it out with the jokes. Save that for the private briefing.
You're an entrepreneur. You've made a lot of money.
I pay my taxes. I'm a citizen of the United States of America. That's, everybody is an entrepreneur in that way. So we all need to minimize our exposure to try to maximize our expenses.
Why
so in that way, we're all entrepreneurs.
You run lots of businesses. I believe you do, or several businesses.
We do. We make a living.
Why are you not hiring?
The problem is that there are so many barriers. The government means well, but it's become our mommy and daddy. We never gave our kids an allowance, because in real life, when you train your children, at the end of the week you're going to get an allowance. I'm trying to speak in the patois of the street, not in the way the business communicates. When you grow up and you're used to getting entitlements, which is where's my money, mom and dad already gave me my money every week. The government is not your mommy and daddy. The problem is it has become that. And the business community now is faltering. There's so many hurdles. The Christmas vacation and the Flag Day, and I got to forget to tie my shoelaces day, and double time, overtime and stuff. Then we complain that all the jobs are going overseas. We are now an insolvent country. We are delusional beyond that. If you put me in charge, I would have presidential powers to the extreme, cut trillions from the economy, because we must. The country is now insolvent. It's an astonishing thing, and yet the Dow is doing well.
Tracy, a big admirer of KISS and Gene Simmons?
Big fan, long-time fan.
He wants to take his vote for Obama, wants to take it back. What do you think?
I think he's not alone. There's a lot of people that are really disheartened by what's happened over the years. I think, this notion of change, this is not the change I think people were expecting when they got in the voting booths.
Didn't you see it coming, though, Gene?
No.
You voted for him.
I believe that what we were hoping for was a man who would surround himself with business leaders, not professors from Berkeley
But he
University.
did. He's got Jeff Immelt sitting right there. He's got the guy who runs American Express.
Not initially. A few years ago, as you remember, the entire staff was overhauled from top to bottom. The initial people that were in there that were advising our dear president were not qualified to do that and never ran a business. By the way, our president, remember, I voted for the man, so I can say this. Our president had 2 years of local experience, was born in Hawaii, and never ran a business in his life. So the least you could do is to surround yourself with the business community.
But then why did you and everyone else vote for him?
It was a moment in history. I fell victim to the charm, and I wanted to be a part of that moment in history, and I'm ashamed to say I didn't look at the resume long enough.
When you say a moment in history, did you vote for him because you wanted to see the first African-American president?
I did.
That was it?
I did.
Did you think that would sort of banish racism from our society?
No, I don't think that. No,
That's what
that will never go away. The human condition being what it is, but I want it to be on the right side of history, emotionally, ethically, and morally, and I hoped that our president would surround himself by business leaders.
So
the opposite happened. The opposite happened. Mommy and daddy came back into government, and all of a sudden a capitalist, semi-socialist system was enacted. Greece, here we come. Insolvency is a stupid word, and it sort of means we're not far behind Greece.
All right, let me get into not a difficult subject, but a touchy subject. I put it to you that you reversed your feelings about President Obama when he gave that speech about Israel retreating to its 1967
It's
border.
the height of lunacy.
You were born in Israel. You are an Israeli citizen.
If I am.
But it was at that point that you reversed.
I did. And I will tell you why. Let's say the extreme happens and there's war, God forbid, in a certain part of the world. What side are you on? What side are we on? If you lived in Israel and you saw that your thinnest border is an hour long, on one side you've got the Mediterranean, on the other side you've got 300 million people who would prefer you're not there. The only problem with our president is, in terms of his policy and saying something silly like go back to the 67 borders, he doesn't live there. The closer you are to where the fire is, the more cognizant you are of the danger.